Companies don't go bankrupt overnight. It's a series of ignored signals and unaddressed problems that pave the way to financial distress. Greetings, this is Somyakant Panda. I welcome you to my research proposal presentation. The quote I mentioned earlier made me curious to think and do a research on financial distress. My research is titled A Study on Financial Distress of Selected Indian Listed Companies under the guidance of my mentor, Dr. Chinmay Modi sir. As you can see, there are two keywords in my research title. First is financial distress. So, what is financial distress? Let's understand this with an analogy. Imagine a family that has regular monthly expenses like rent, electricity bills, school fees, and groceries. They also have loans to repay, such as a car loan or a home loan. Now, the expenses are like the family's financial obligations, right? If the family's income suddenly drops, they might struggle to meet these obligations. They might start delaying loan repayments, miss bill payments, or borrow some more money to survive. If this situation continues for too long, the family might need to sell their car or house to pay off debts. This is similar to what happens with a company. Financial distress is when a company cannot generate enough income or profit, we can say, to pay its financial obligations. So, what are the financial obligations of a company? Salaries for employees, payments to suppliers, operating costs like electricity, rent, or raw materials, repayment of loans. Financial distress doesn't just harm the company, it affects a various range of stakeholders employees, investors, suppliers, customers, economy. I hope we are clear with the first keyword. Let's see what are listed companies. Let's take the example of Zomato. When Zomato started, it was funded by private investors who believed in its growth potential, right? However, as it grew larger, it needed more money to expand operations, develop new features, and compete with other food delivery platforms like Swiggy. Instead of borrowing money from banks, Zomato decided to raise funds by selling part of its ownership to the public through shares. A company becomes listed when it officially registers its shares on a stock exchange, allowing anyone to buy or sell them. For a company to be listed, it must follow strict rules set by regulators like SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India. I have selected financial distress in listed companies because listed companies provide detailed publicly available financial data that allows me to assess their health. And second, financial distress in these companies can have far reaching consequences for investors, industries, and the economy as well. Let's move on to my research objectives. I will use financial distress prediction models to fulfill my objectives. Financial distress prediction models are statistical tools that helps businesses predict if they are likely to experience financial difficulties in the future. My first research objective focuses on spotting early warning signs that indicate a company is moving toward financial trouble. My second objective aims to measure how well companies are performing financially and classify them based on their rank risk of distress. I will be using three financial distress prediction models, which are Altman Z model, Springate model, Mizuski model. My research will be based on secondary data, which are financial values of companies from sources like company's website, stock exchanges, NSE or BSE, and apps like Money Control. My data analysis tool will be Microsoft Excel, by help of which I will be calculating scores based on distress equation.
To get an idea about my research topic, I have visited numerous research papers and theses over Google Scholar and Shodhganga, from which I have mentioned five research papers over here and reviewed it. These research papers provided me with a good amount of knowledge about my research topic, which will definitely be helpful while I will be conducting my research. And not only that, but These papers also viewed the way I have to research my topic. I thank you for your attention and interest in my research. I emphasize the importance of studying financial distress to know the financial stability of Indian companies. Signing off.